Sneha, Kavita, if are also ready. Great. Shalini, you can wait for a minute. Awesome. All right. Good afternoon to everyone, and thank you for joining today. This is our first webinar in 2024, so it's a special one. Welcome to Atma webinars. I'm Vaishali, and I'm a senior consultant at Atma. And Atma is an accelerator that supports NGOs to become bigger, better, stronger. And we do that through capacity building and creating systems and processes that help solve organizational development issues. We started our journey in 2007 and since have supported many organizations in this journey of excellence. And this webinar platform, right, it started in 2017. It's a curated platform where speakers share their practical experiences that could benefit other NGOs as well. And we have, as you must have all seen, a wide range of topics that we cover, right from human resources, program management, finance, and any other topic that affects all of us in the sector as a whole. And you can find all our previous webinars on our YouTube channel, which we will link later as well. And of course, at Atma, we're always striving to bring forth free, practical, and curated resources to you. And today, before we start on webinar on Canva, which I know all of you are very excited about, I would just like to invite my colleagues, Sneha, who's our CEO also, and Kavita, to very quickly tell you about the newly launched intermediary database. And then after that, we can continue with our webinar as well. Sneha, if you and Shalini.
Thank you. Thank you, Vaishali. Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to today's webinar. Without repeating much of what Vaishali has said, I'm happy to jump right into the topic we are here to talk about a little bit before we start on Canva for the day, which is about the intermediary database. So I'm Sneha. I serve as the CEO at Atma, and one of the initiatives that Atma decided to take on in the last year was to develop a curated list of support systems for nonprofits in the country. Right now, this is really coming from an understanding that every NGO in India has very specific OD needs. Right, sometimes you need help in finding a vendor that can help you create reports. At times, you need a search firm to support you in hiring for talent, say at leadership levels. At other times, you may need help with your M&E. You may want access to a leadership development course, and a diverse range of needs, right? That I think across levels, across functional areas, nonprofits feel and experience the need for support on, in their journey, right? So it was with this in mind that we realized that while there are a lot of organizations in the sector, and we are calling them intermediaries, because they operate between the NGOs and the donors, and they serve to support both in some ways, but primarily are meant to be the backbone of the support system for nonprofits across OD area needs, right? So when I say OD, I mean organization development, so strategy, finance, HR, various organizational management areas of support. And so we curated a list in partnership with the Brisbane group, and kind of designed it in a way that it was to look at the top 100 organizations that we knew from our experience, many years of experience working in this space. We knew came highly recommended from many NGOs actually who we worked with. We did conduct a few interviews to understand that. And then finally brought it all together in the form of a very simple Excel tool, and this is a sheet actually, so it's online, and it's easy for you to access and go through. What it will help you do is really to identify intermediaries, or you can call them service providers, who can cater to specific requirements that you might have as an organization, right? So there are 13 what we call capability areas, right from, like I said, HR, finance, fundraising, marketing, communication, strategy, right? That you could look for service providers in, right? These could be courses, these could be incubation programs, These could be, servicing firms as well. We've tried to keep that fairly open. But the idea of this was to really to put it all together so that there is a one-stop shop, right, where all of this can be accessed. Because this information is not integrated or was not integrated at this point in the sector, but with the database, that's what we hope to achieve. So I'm going to pause here with just introducing it. My colleague Kavita is also on the call. Kavita has played a very critical role in actually building this out as a database, and so would just like her to take us through it really briefly for you to know how to access it. And yes, there is a barcode right here on the screen. So please feel free to just scan that barcode and save this link for future reference, because you never know when these needs arise. So it's always good to just bookmark and keep it ready, and then you can access it as per your requirements. Yes. Kavita?
Yes, thanks, Neha, and hello, everyone. We are just going to spend 5 more minutes to go through the database. So I'll take you through how you'll be able to search and how you'll be able to use this database for your benefit. So I'm just going to give you few seconds to be able to scan the code. Either you can scan it from your mobile, or we also have the link over here. I will request Shalini to also add the link on the chat. So if anybody is finding any trouble with the code on the mobile, they can still open up the link. And I would also request all of you, once it's open, kindly bookmark it, and then let me take you through it. Okay, I hope most of you.
Can someone share the link in the chat?
Sure.
Yeah, I'm going to do that.
Okay, I hope most of you have been able to open the link or at least scan the QR code. As soon as you open up the file, this is going to be how the home screen looks like. So here, welcome to the database. We have mentioned a brief paragraph about the whole idea behind the database, as what Sneha spoke, and how this platform will be useful to you. We would also like to call out the partners that were involved with us to build the database. PWIT, which is a collaborative of funders, from which Britspan has been one of the anchor partners who has been with us to help us build this. I would also like to call out the guidelines to explore the database over here. As you can notice, there are two tabs. One is the searchable sheet and one is the intermediary details sheet. So the first sheet will allow you to add a lot of searchable filters and give a list of intermediaries that fit into that criteria. So you'll be able to actually view the list of intermediaries based on the criteria you search. And the second sheet, or the tab over here, which is called as the intermediary details, will give you all the details of each and every intermediary listed on the database. And we have 100 intermediaries as of now, which are listed on the database, who have added the data directly from the survey form. All right. Now moving to the searchable tab. If you can see here, there are three criteria or three filter tabs. One is the functional expertise. So when you go over here, there is a drop down. When you click on the drop down button, you will see that there are 13 emerging OD areas from the drop down. So you can select any one of them based on what is the need of your organization. Do you want to seek support in strategy, or do you want to seek support in fundraising, HR? So whichever is your need area, you can select it over here. Right? So say I'm going to program strategy and management. The next tab over here is select the area of support. So here, within program strategy and management also, there are different subcategories. So whether it is somebody who's helping you with the scale-up plan, or is it program-based content, or expert inputs or trainings for NGO stuff, which of this you would like to see, you can actually select that as well. Or you can also select an all option. Yes. Just because I'm doing a demo, I would request right now other people to not use the searchable tab. Let me just complete that demo and then you can go back to using it. Then the third option over here is select the type of services and program. You can look at organizations who provide consulting service, who provide capacity building, or somebody who only provides courses, training programs, technology solutions, or research advocacy accreditation. So you can select which of these particular services are you looking at for that OD area, or you can just again go to all. You can also see the number of results that are found over here. So right now, if you look at organizational strategy, there are 35 listed intermediaries who have selected strategy as their expertise area. Within strategy, again, if I select theory of change, you will see that the number has come down to 24, which means there are 24 organizations who are experts in theory of change within the strategy domain. Right. So similarly, you can take a look and see which works for you the best. Once you come over here, there is a link button. So when you go onto the link button, it takes you to the next tab called as intermediary details. And here you will find a lot more information about the intermediary in terms of what work they do, what kind of support they provide. Right. So here you can just easily scroll through this. We have certain information about the profile of the service provider, the type of the organization, who's the CEO, the profile of the CEO, team members, the service location, whether they are present pan-India or do they service a particular state, what is the sector of work that they are serving in, the communities that they are serving in, what has been the impact of their services. We also have a website or a LinkedIn link over here, so you can directly read more about them by clicking on this link. We also have the different types of services that they provide. So they have actually listed down the services and broken it down into the specific nature of their work. Whether they offer grants or only services and program, what would be the cost of services, whether it's free of cost or whether it's a paid service, what is the language of communication used. And the end part of the database, you will see that within all the 13 OD areas or capabilities that we was talking about, you will be able to see a synopsis of how many of them they provide and how many of them they don't. You can again click on the yes button to read a bit more details about the service that they provide and go back from here. Right, so this is a gist of how the database can be navigated and how you could read through the data and scroll through some of this information.
Thanks, Kavita. We hope that all of you will take out a couple of minutes to go through this. In case of any questions or doubts or queries, you feel free to reach out to any of us in the Atma team. In the interest of time, I'll just hand it back to Vaishali. Thanks.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Kavita and Sneha. And I can tell you that months have gone into finding these people who are there on the database. So it's not just a desk research. There have been calls done. So do explore it and do share it widely with everyone, because this is for the entire sector. And now, without much further ado, I know that we've been all waiting for this. I will introduce our speaker today. Shalini is a dear colleague and is a ball of energy and our resident Canva expert, at Atma. We're so happy to have her do the webinar today. She manages the Future of Impact collaborative program at Atma, which aims at enhancing the capabilities of over 30 NGOs. And many of you in the audience are a part of that as well. So good to see you all here. Her formative experiences as a Teach for India fellow were instrumental in shaping her expertise and experience in the impact sector. She's also played a pivotal role in the rollout of educational initiatives in collaboration with state governments and local communities as a program manager. This journey provided her with the foundation for building meaningful relationships, nonprofit management, fundraising, and hands-on experiencing in managing and coordinating multi-stakeholder projects that create holistic ecosystems. She's also a 2022 graduate of the Global Governance Initiative Fellowship. And that's it. And before we actually start, a final request to everyone. So one thing is about language. हम लोग कोशिश करेंगे कि हिंदी इंग्लिश दोनों में बात हो, बट मेनली इंग्लिश में ही बात होगी, क्योंकि हमारे बहुत सारे साथी हैं जो हिंदी नहीं बोलते हैं. बट आज हमारी आत्मा टीम में हम हिंदी, मराठी, थोड़ा बहुत तमिल बोल सकते हैं along with English. So अगर आपके कोई भी सवाल है तो आप चैट बॉक्स में डाल सकते हैं. अगर कोई क्लैरिफिकेशन चाहिए हिंदी में तो हम पूरी कोशिश करेंगे कि हम चैट बॉक्स में हिंदी में आपको सारी जानकारी दे सके. बट मेनली इंग्लिश में ही चलेगा आज का वेबिनार. So that is how it's going to be. And another thing about questions, please share your questions in the chat box as we go. We will try to address them when appropriate or take them up towards the end. But yeah, please feel free to ask as many questions. And thank you for filling out all the challenges that you said in the registration form. And hopefully we'll be able to cover most of them today. And that's it. Over to you, Shalini.
Thank you so much, Vaishali, for that warm introduction. Without much ado, we're going to start our webinar today. Please let me know if my screen is visible to all.
Yes, it is.
Okay, perfect. All right. Thank you so much. Okay, welcome everyone, and thank you for joining today's webinar on Canva. We are here to unlock the full potential of this powerful design tool, and today I'm here to help you make this creative process both enjoyable and efficient. Hopefully, I'll be able to manage to do both. So before we dive into the world of Canva, a few guiding points to help you make the most of today's session, right? So first, remember that Canva's strength lies in its simplicity and user friendliness. While I will guide you through all the tools that are available, the real discovery happens only when you explore and apply these tools to your projects. Again, creativity is a journey and it's not a destination. So please don't expect to master everything in one day. Like many of you, even I wasn't a natural artist, but Canva did help open a new door to digital creativity for me. And I'm going to try and do the same for you all today. Today's focus is on Canva's functionalities and maintaining your brand's essence across all your designs on Canva. We'll touch on broader content strategies and brand building in our following sessions or like the upcoming webinar sessions. Lastly, we do encourage interaction. Please drop your questions in the chat and I will address them during our Q&A breaks or after the webinar, right? Okay, let's embark on this creative journey. Okay, another thing that I also want to add is that we have people from across the board, right? So there are people who are first-time users of Canva or are looking forward to using this tool, while there are people who are already using Canva. So I have tried to keep the webinar in a manner, the content in a manner that it addresses like both the pools. So please do be patient. We will get to some basic stuff first and then we'll move to advanced, right? Okay. All right. So the first and the foremost and the biggest question, right? Why Canva? Because Canva democratizes design, making it accessible for everyone, I feel. With its user-friendly interface, vast template library, and collaborative features, I think Canva empowers users to bring their ideas to life, right? So right from different sort of templates for different sort of platforms, everything is just at your fingertips. And you can also collaborate on Canva with your teammates and innovate with ease, right? So I think which is why Canva is definitely a tool that can help you with your designing ideas, and it can bring your visual stories to life. So let's start with the basics. Navigating Canva. I think navigating Canva for me has been very intuitive, right? You get a dashboard which is pretty user friendly. There are n number of designs, templates that you can explore, but pretty much the navigation is very easy. So there's not much of explanation there, but yeah, since the dashboard is that easy, you can just use its drag and drop features and customize your designs effortlessly, right? So whether you are designing a flyer, a social media post, or a corporate presentation, Canva's extensive template library has just got you covered. we will see, I will take you through the dashboard once. I'll show you the templates as well, and I'll also show you how to drag and use the drag and drop feature effortlessly. But a tip for everyone here is that there is a search bar which is present on the dashboard of Canva, right? It's very easy to just ask Canva what you're looking for, and it will help you with all the templates and elements that you need, which will again help you save time and enhance your designing process. The best thing about Canva is that Canva makes team projects super smooth. You can work together in real time, share ideas, and make changes on the go. It's all about like teamwork without the hassle. Then you also have a section for content management, which is another breeze with Canva. You can organize everything you create in folders and even plan your social media posts right from Canva itself, right? Uh, we often try to understand what our engagements look like in our social media platform, right? Once we have that understanding, we also know that there are certain time in the day when people engage with these platforms more, right? And Canva then enables you to schedule your post according to the time of the user, right? And I'm going to take you through how to do it, but there's, I also just wanted to touch upon this feature of Canva. And now for keeping your brand look sharp across all your designs, Canva has got you covered with that as well. With the brand kit, your logos, colors, fonts are always just a click away. So this means everything you create will look and feel on the brand. And the best part is that if you are a non-profit, Canva Pro, the pro version of Canva, with all its extra free features, and even the brand kit that I was talking about, all of these features will come to you for free. This is great for making your designs stand out without stretching your organization budget. So whether it's working together, managing your content, or keeping your brand consistent, Canva is a powerful tool to make it all happen, right? So before we move to the designing principles of Canva, let me just take you through the dashboard that I was talking about. Let me give you the feel of the dashboard. Just a second, I'll just share my screen. Okay. All right. I hope the Canva dashboard is visible to all. As I just said, this is what the Canva dashboard looks like. Once you log into Canva, this is the dashboard that you will find. There are various kinds of various kinds of templates that are available. So there are templates for documents, there are templates for whiteboard, social media, videos, even websites for that matter, right? And on the left hand side, you will find the current projects that you're working on, as well as your brand kit, and various other apps that you can integrate into Canva. This is the search tool, which you can just easily use to search for designs that you want. So suppose I want to search for a poster on sleep. Okay, so I'll just type it, and what Canva is going to do for me is that it's going to help me find all the templates that are available, like on sleeping, right? This is how you can navigate the entire dashboard of the Canva tool. Another thing that I also shared was collaborating with your teammates is super easy on Canva, right? So if I were to work with my teammates on this particular poster, so I'll just click on the poster and I can just customize this template. And as soon as this opens for me, I want my teammates to work alongside me. So what I'm going to do is that I'll go to share. I have a collaboration link present over here. You can either add people, add your teammates, giving them access using their email address, or what you can do is that you can simply choose that anyone could use this link and edit alongside you, right? So you can just choose that. You can copy link and you can just share the link with your teammates, and they will be able to collaborate with you on this particular poster in real time fashion, right? So that's how easy collaboration looks like, and that's how user friendly the dashboard is. Another thing I also wanted to add was the projects, right? So suppose this was the poster that you were working in, and now you want to arrange it into different folders. So what you can just do is sometimes what happens is, like, for a particular project, there are multiple posters that you're creating, or multiple communication collaterals you're creating, but you want to arrange it into folder, so that, like, if today a peer of yours comes to you and asks you to be to access those posters, you could simply just share the entire folder with them, right? So just going to the project and moving it to a folder will help you arrange your projects into different folders, right? So even the arrangement becomes that easy with Canva. All right, I'm going to take a pause here. Anybody, any questions?
Can you please repeat how to create a folders for different projects?
Sure. Yeah, so suppose this is the sleep day poster that we just recently, like, created, and now I want to move it to a folder, right? So either I can go to projects, which is going to show me all the projects that are currently, sorry, just a second. Yeah, so I'll go to this and I will move it to a folder. Now, once I move it to a folder, you will find different sort of folder. These are the folders that I am been using. But suppose you want to create a new folder and name it webinar, because we're doing it right now. So yeah, the name of the folder is webinar, and then you can just go and move the poster to your webinar folder, right? And you can just move it. And then you can access your folder by going to your projects and finding the folder. Here is the webinar folder that I just recently created, and you will find your poster over here. Yeah, does that help?
Yeah, thank you.
Okay, perfect. All right. All right. So now I'm going to go back to the presentation, and yes. Okay. Also, the link to the Canva for nonprofit, that website link would be shared with you after the webinar is done. So when we'll share all the resources, you'll also find the link there. But yeah, please do go and explore. And you just have to register your organization, and you will be able to use Canva Pro for free. Okay. Now coming on to the designing principles. So there are various designing principles, but what works best for me is I call it CAR, which is for C stands for contrast, A for alignment, R for repetition, and P for proximity. And think of contrast as a way to make important things jump out, right? So communication collateral, or like in any document, there are certain things that you want want to grab audience's attention towards, right? So to make those things important, or to make those things jump out, you need to use the contrast principle. The other one is alignment. So obviously, like, nobody likes messy documents, nobody likes messy text, right? So just to keep things clean and orderly, alignment is the way. to go forward. Then comes consistency, right? So each of the organization has a brand identity, right? Like everybody is unique, and so is their brand. But what makes you remember certain brand is when you feel connected towards them. And when do you feel connected? When there is consistency in their communication, and that communication also reflects on their collateral, right? So consistency in color, shape, font, all of this strengthens your brand recognition. So when you're creating collaterals for your organization, it's always to repeat and reinforce your style, right? And that should reflect on your collaterals as well. And finally, proximity. So it's about grouping related items so that your message is clear. These simple principles can lift your designs from good to great. And there's also different other like features such as canvas, design grids, and alignment tools that just helps you apply these design principles effortlessly. um, and this makes both your design appealing and functional, right? Okay. Then moving to just an example here, right? Like the 4 design principles that I was just talking about. But before I actually move to elaborating more on those design principles, can somebody quickly just tell me what are the 4 design principles that I just spoke about? You can unmute yourself and answer.
Contrast, alignment, repetition, and proximity.
Amazing. Thank you so much for that. Yeah, great. And I'm super glad that you're following. Great. So the first one, right? C for contrast. You can see the picture on my left and on my right because of the way I've highlighted my texts, the way I've highlighted my picture, or the contrast that I've created. It does make a difference, right? Similarly, for I mean, if you see the text on my left hand side, it's pretty like it's not ordered, right? The text, some text is flying on the left, some text is flying on the right, but in the right section you see that I have tried to order and I have tried to align my text. Then coming on to just the repetition. So the text in the left are in different format, but the text in the right is of the same format, and that does make a difference. And I also spoke about proximity. I mean, how you tie things together. So there's this quote like on my left, right, by Albert Einstein. So the quote, when written like that, might not create the emphasis that you're looking for, but the quote, when you read it on my right, will have the impact that you would like to create, right? So I think these are certain elements that you need to keep in mind while you're designing your collaterals. Okay.
Just one request, if you can
Yes.
mix Hindi and English a little bit,
Yes.
if it's okay with everyone in the audience as well.
Yes, I'm so sorry. Yeah, going forward, I'll try to sandwich it in both language. Right, now the next part is how do you also elevate your design, right? So Canva provides you with high quality images, right? So there are images that you want to use in your collaterals. तो कुछ images हैं, कुछ तस्वीर है जो आप खींच के आप अपने marketing collaterals या आपके Canva collaterals में, communication collaterals में डालना चाहेंगे, right? तो उसका भी there is a way to also do that. The other thing is also कि आप ये जो high quality images है, आप Canva पे bank कर सकते हैं to provide you with that, right? And अगर किसी चीज को अगर आपको elevate करना हो या किसी चीज को थोड़ा lively दिखाना हो अपने communication collaterals पर, तो you can always go and use the animation to give that edge, to give that dynamic touch to your collaterals. But please remember that balance is the key. So कोई भी चीज अगर आप ज्यादा कर दे तो वो अच्छा नहीं लगेगा, So try to strike a balance on how much you're using, whether it be the number of images on your poster or animation for that matter, right? Canva also has a smart composition tool, ठीक है? तो आपको grids मिलेंगे जो आपको help करेंगे कि सारे जो elements हैं आपके poster का या आपके communication collateral को वो आप कैसे arrange कर सके, आप कैसे उसको perfectly string कर सके, so that your designs are not just attractive but also effective and engaging in nature. अगर आप इस डेक की ही बात कर लें, राइट, अगर मैंने सिर्फ लेफ्ट हैंड साइड में लिखा होता और मैंने राइट हैंड साइड में कुछ भी नहीं किया होता, उसको छोड़ दिया होता, राइट, तो शायद वो इतना अच्छा नहीं लगता, विजुअली अपीलिंग नहीं लगता, और जो डिजाइनिंग जो चीज है वो काफी इंट्यूटिव है, आपको समझना पड़ेगा कि अगर आप अपने ऑडियंस होते तो क्या आप उस चीज को देख रहे होते, तो उस इंट्यूशन को पकड़कर आपको अपने कोलैटरल्स डिजाइन मतलब करना चाहिए, right? So now I'm just going to take a pause and I'm again going to take you through the communication collateral that I'll create while we are in the webinar. I'll also show you how I am implementing those design principles.
Shalini, can't
Okay, so
hear you.
yeah, can you hear me now?
Yeah, now it's okay.
Okay, yeah, all right, yes. This was the poster that we were working on, right? The first thing that we spoke about was just contrast, right? Suppose, I mean, though this is readily done for you by Canva, I'm just going to do a little bit of hodgepodge like on the poster right now, so that I can show you what Canva is capable of and how you can implement those design principles, right? So if my text was like this, I think this wouldn't have made it like readable, right? But in order to emphasize that there is a festival of sleep day coming up, and which is on the January 3rd, right? These are particular things that you want to highlight on your poster. One thing that you can do is either change the color of the text that you want to highlight. You can increase or decrease the size of the text that you want to highlight. Also, you can use the drag and drop feature. Wherever you want to place it, you can just do that. And another thing that you can do is just change the color, right? Like the color setting. Suppose you have the you want to highlight you want to highlight this text on the poster, right? So what you're going to do is you're going to increase the size, because this is what you want to put an emphasis on. Then what you can do is you can position everything in alignment, right? So if I right now see that the festival of sleep day and January 3, this is basically not aligned together, right? So I now need to fix the alignment so that it comes even across the board. So here I'm going to select festival of sleep day, I'm going to select this text, and I'm going to go to position and try to align it together, right? So there is left alignment, there is center alignment, there is bottom alignment, but of course bottom alignment is not looking that great, so I'm just going to go back just a second. Yeah, I'm going to go back and I am going to align it towards the center, because because that's how that's how even I wanted to be. Right now, if I see the space between the three text, okay, so there is the heading, then there is a subheading, and then there is a body, right? I need to put everything in alignment, and I want that the space between all my texts are even in nature, are in alignment. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back to position. You will find all the alignment elements over here, and you will also find an feature called space evenly. So you can just tidy things up and maintain the space of each of these text. So yeah, this is one way to apply those design principles. Another thing that we often see is that sometimes what happens is it gets hard to string everything together. So suppose I want to move Festival of Sleep Day to my right. I want to also move January to my right. I also want to move my body towards the right. But what I'm doing is I'm picking up each text and then moving it to my left and right. But something that you can do is that to move everything together, you can just group them, right? So the proximity principle that I was talking about, just stringing everything together. So you can select your heading, your subheading, and your body, and you can just group them together. And this way, you will be able to move your text anywhere you like on the poster. Uh, right? Okay. The next thing is your grids, right? So I mean, when we were asking for registrations for the webinar, there was also an option to like just highlight your challenges, and somebody shared that they find it difficult to like put a border, or where to find border and other things. So there's actually a tool which helps you to not just create borders, but also put frames and grids on your communication collaterals, right? So what these features help you do is to compose everything smartly on your collaterals. So there is an option called element. You can go to element and you can find for border, you can find for your grid, and you can find for your frames. Now suppose if there is an image that I want to upload. Okay, so I took a picture in the field, and that picture in the that picture is what I want to work on. So I can go to uploads, and I can choose upload file from here, and this will just enable to upload the file that I took like in the field. So suppose this is the picture that I took, and I will just click on it, and it will come on my collateral. Now something that you can do is, first you can edit the photo. You see there is a bottle which is lying on the beach, right? And it doesn't make the picture look that great. So you can go to your edit photo option, and what you can do is you can heal the picture using the magic eraser, right? So if you just select it and you erase it, what it is going to do is that it's going to heal the picture for you. I'll just give Canva a moment to heal it. Yeah, so you see the bottle is not there any longer, and your picture is without the bottle. Of course I did a bad job there, because like I just erased it. You will have to do it like twice so that you can erase it completely. But yeah, this is how you can erase stuff from your pictures. And another thing that I also wanted to share was just the frame and the grid element and how to put a border, right? So I have multiple pictures, and I want to add them to my collateral. So I wrote grid, and there will be like different pictures that I can put into my collateral using different sort of format. So I have two pictures. I'm just going to use the two grids over here, and it's going to I mean, it automatically comes to the collateral space, and then any picture that you want to upload, you can just drag and you can put it in the grid. just a second. Sorry, yeah. This I'll bring forward. Yeah. So this is the grid, suppose, and you want to put the picture in the grid. All you will do is drag and drop. All you will do is drag and drop, right? So what happened is that you were able to use both the pictures, that too, like in a format which is neat and tidy, and like it's orderly, right? So this is one way to go about it. Another thing is that sometimes we want to play with our pictures. Not all the pictures we want like in a rectangular format. So there are different frames that you can use. You can go back to your elements. You can search for frames, and you will find
Can you
different
just,
types of.
sorry, can you
Yeah.
add a blank page and
Yeah.
show this so it'll be easier for people to see?
Yes, 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 yes.
And it says your
Yeah,
network
sorry.
bandwidth is low, so you
Yeah.
can switch off your video if you want.
Okay, okay, all right. Is this fine?
Yes, yes, yes.
Am I audible? Yeah, okay, perfect. All right, yeah. So the another feature that I was talking about was the frame, right? So there are different kinds of frame, and you can put in your pictures in different sorts of frame. Suppose I want to use the circular frame, and there is one picture that I want to upload in a circular format, right? So I use the frame and I choose the picture. All I do is I drag the picture onto that frame, and I'm able to just play around with different picture frames, right? So your grid, your frame, all these features, all these tools help you to just compose smartly, right? Another thing was also someone asked for border. So you can just simply go to elements, and you can search for border, and in the graphic section you will find different sorts of border that you would like to put on your collateral, right? So suppose you want to go for a basic one, which is this, and you can just drag, right, and you will be able to put border around your collateral. So these are the ways, I mean, these are certain ways, these are certain elements that you can use, so that you can effectively make your communication collateral. Okay, but I'm gonna take a pause here. Any like any question on any of the features that I just explained? Are we clear with the design principles?
Can you talk about creating content in video forms? Because I have done few,
Yeah.
but little more features on video clips.
Right. So, I mean, basically, like, Canva is very intuitive, right? So if you want to create videos, you can just go to videos, or you can search for videos. If you want a template, suppose you want to create a video on educational content, so you can just search the bar, and you can ask Canva to provide you with various templates, right? Now, any of the template which works for you, and all these templates are in video format, right? You can even just preview before using this template. So you see, this is how the video works. You can just choose the template and customize this template according to your needs, right? You can increase the timing of the video. You can add more elements that you want. But like, whether it be videos, whether it be reels, whether it be posts for Instagram or other social media handle, you'll be able to do it just by going to the search icon and requesting Canva to provide you with it. In fact, if you don't want to use Canva's templates, you can also just start creating it from the scratch by just clicking on videos over here, and edit your existing videos, or you can just create your own video by creating a blank space from the scratch, right? But yeah, how to create it, or like, what are the different elements that should go in, I think that's very intuitive, and like that will come with a lot of customization as to what do you want to talk about to your audience. Does that help?
Yeah, thank you.
Is there any
Okay, all right.
specific question that you were looking for? I couldn't see who was talking, but yeah. Also, Shalini, there's one more question in the chat box from Neha
Yeah.
asking how to measure for margins when we're printing collaterals. So, Riva, Shalini, both of you can take up the question.
Yeah. Riva, do you want to take that question?
For those who don't know, Riva is our communications manager at Atma.
Okay.
We can continue. We can
Yeah.
come back to this as well. Huh?
I'm actually your.
Maybe Neha can repeat that question. Neha, if you just want to unmute yourself and ask the question, Riva and Shalini can try to respond.
She's asked how we apply the measured margins for printable collaterals. Basically, anything that you make on Canva, when you want to print it, how do you ensure that you've kept enough margin, etc., right? No
So
problem.
I
yeah.
think there's
Okay. Yeah, sorry, Riva. Yeah.
I think there's an option for PDF print, right? Which
Yes.
helps you understand how your collateral is going to look with keeping the print sizes in mind. So yeah, you can use that option to share your PDF because you usually print through a PDF, right? So there is an option for saving it in a PDF print format. And yeah, that sort of should give you an idea if the margins are taken care of.
Yeah. So suppose you want to print this poster, all you have to do is you can go to share, you can go to your download, you can choose the file type that you want, and it'll give you a type, right? Like there's standard PDF, which is best for documents, and then there is PDF for print, right? Best for printing. So Canva takes care of it for you. I hope that answers your question. Okay. All right. I'm just going to go back to the presentation. Okay, I see someone's hand raised.
I can see Kushal and Priyanka have their hand raised.
Yeah.
Yeah, hello, I'm Priyanka here. Is there any
Yes.
option to fix any margin while designing? Not while downloading, while designing, is there any option to fix the margins?
Yes, there is an option. I will just go back just a second here. Okay. If you see, there is like on your Canva dashboard, you will find a custom size over here, right? So when you go to custom size, it is going to enable you to choose the width and height of the
Yeah.
design. Right.
Yeah.
And whether it be a educational presentation, usually Canva also gives you suggestions, right? So if it's a presentation, this is what the width and the height should look like. If it's a video, this is what the width and the height should look like. So
Yeah.
Canva also gives you suggestions on what the width and the height of the collateral should be.
No. Width and height is okay.
Yeah.
If for example, if we are choosing page like A4 page, and on that A4 page, if we want to leave a margin from from all sides, top and bottom, left and right, is there any margin we can fix from all the sides? Is there any option like that?
No, there's no option like that. But
Yeah.
sorry, Riva. Yeah, sorry, yeah, Riva. You want to?
So
Yeah,
we can
I
do
just
manually. Yeah, we can do manually, like while taking a square in that and kind of, right?
Yeah, I can just add to that. The ground rule for designing anything is that you at least keep half an inch of gap from all
Yeah,
sides.
exactly.
So although because it's Canva is not a technical software like a Illustrator or a InDesign, which gives you those margins and those scales, right? Canva doesn't give you those scales.
Yeah.
But just as a general design rule, it's good to keep at least half an inches from all sides gap.
Yeah. So basically, if we are designing a newsletter, and like for every page, we can't, like sometimes it's very difficult because we are taking a text boxes and we are keeping it in the middle alignment. But from the both side, we have to take the same size of text box. At least from like right and left side, we have to use same margin.
Yeah, also Priyanka, something I want to add on to that also, right? So you
Yeah.
have your newsletter, right? Suppose you want to design a
Yeah.
newsletter and
Yeah.
you want to start from the scratch, right? So once you start from the scratch and you want to start adding content, Canva also shows you what the margin should be, right, on that particular collateral, right? So suppose if I place it here, you see Canva is actually creating that margin for you.
Yeah, but
This
it's
is
too
how
much.
your
Like,
all the
yeah.
yeah,
I use this margin.
yeah,
What I do first, I use this margin.
yeah,
I take a print. I check that, but it's like extra margin. Like
yeah,
it's too much. Yeah. So what I do,
yeah,
I take a rectangle or a same A4, like a rectangle shapes. Do first
yeah,
one element. I use rectangle element on, and then I do all the text. I add text boxes, and after
yeah.
if I done, then I remove that rectangle. Kind of.
Okay. All right. I mean, that works for you, but yeah, like if you
Yeah,
were
but
to ask
I
Canva,
just want, I just
that
want to
this
know,
is
okay, is there any
yeah,
option or any updates in that Canva?
yeah,
We can do that.
I'd
right.
also
Thank
like
you.
to
Okay.
add,
Shalini, sorry
Priyanka.
to interrupt. Just wanted to share my view on this margin part. So can I go ahead?
Yes.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, thank you. So there is one option in setting. If you go in file and yeah, in view settings above, third option, there you can add show rulers and guidelines. Yeah. So this way you can add some margins to the page.
Yeah. So this is the
Oh,
exact
yeah.
margin that Canva gives you. Yeah.
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 Thank you. Thank you. I don't know about this
All right.
feature. Yeah, thank you.
I had a very
Okay.
follow thing with what Priyanka was discussing and sharing. Just a very quick one. Like
Yeah.
I've used this margin rulers and the pink line design as well. While digital designing, this is perfectly right and perfectly fine, and I'm able to design it. But what happened is when we go to a shop for printing a trifold brochure or a two-fold brochure, at that
Exactly. Yeah.
time it doesn't work. Like they say it's not in the same margin
Yeah.
and they have to recreate it. That's what the challenge that we have been like facing like good 6-9 months now. We're also trying to figure
Okay.
out like how to do it. The flip
Even,
Yeah.
yeah.
the getaway that we have figured out is we learn the margins from the vendor and then
Yeah.
come back and design in the same margin. But I don't know how it directly happens in Canva.
Even we do on
Okay.
a brochure, like we do brochures on a Canva. At the end of the
Yeah.
I ask for the sample piece. Then the ending
Yeah.
bottom part gets cut. Even we keep a
Oh,
margin or something, like so it gets disturbed. I don't know how.
yeah. Okay, okay, all right. I hear your challenges, and I think these are a few things that we'll have to live with. And Canva has not upgraded itself yet to sort of like deal with these challenges. But thank you for sharing, like a way out for all this, Kushal. I think you suggested that we learn like what the margins or what the width or the height is, and that could sort of like enable us to make our collaterals correctly and also get them printed, right? So yeah, thank you so much for sharing that. Okay, now coming back to the rest of the section around Canva. So we learned the design principles. We also saw how we could elevate our designs with Canva, and something that what Canva offers is its magic studio. Okay. Now AI is the buzzword, right now. Like everybody is trying to use AI, wants to learn, like how AI can help them up their game. And with Canva's magic studio, which is the AI, in-house AI for Canva, Canva has managed to help you innovate at your fingertips. Okay. So Canva, AI features are here to just make the design even easier. It fits your design to different platforms. The magic resize option helps you to adapt your design to any format or platform with magic resize. You also have your background remover. So suppose you want to highlight your subject and remove all the cluttering in the picture, so you can just simply do that by removing the background. And finally, creativity, right? So oftentimes we struggle to sort of think about catchy headlines on our posters or on our newsletters. So you can just simply use the magic right, and it is going to help you create your on brand content. And all of these things are going to help you make your design process more smoother, right? So I'm just going to take you through the Canva AI tool. And just a sec. Yeah, I'm going to come back here and yeah. So Canva has their Magic Studio. So when you go to the Canva homepage, you will find the Magic Studio element on Canva. So there is Magic Design, where you just have to give, like, 5 words around your design, and it will create a design for you. You can even create presentations. So suppose you want to create presentation on wellness, or like some sort of outreach that you're doing, or you're launching something. So all you got to do is tell Canva that, hey, this is the presentation that I'm looking for, or this is the design that I'm looking for, and even video for that matter, right? And Canva's Magic Design is going to help you do all of that. It's going to bring your ideas to design. We also have the Magic Write process, and this tool enables you to just have, like, you want to have catchy phrases, or you want to write something or an essay. Magic Write will also help you do that. And then finally you have the Magic Switch, which is going to help you, like, resize your content according to the platform that you want. So suppose I am creating a poster for in my presentation, or I'm creating a presentation that I want to resize into my social media handle, right? There is a particular slide that I want to change into my into my Instagram handle. So for that, I can just use the Magic Switch, and it is going to create it for me. Right now, I'm going to take you through each of these, starting with just the Magic Design. Once you click on Magic Design and you try it, you just have to mention, like, what is the poster that you want to create. So poster on launching my photography club. Okay, suppose I'm launching a photography club, and I asked Canva to create a poster for me using the Magic Design AI. Canva is going to do that for me, right? So there are different sorts of posters that I got from Canva, and whichever I like, I can choose it and customize it. It is very important to know that it is very important to know that, like, Canva can give you multiple templates, right? But in order to like, make the collateral your own, you have to, and you should always customize it. Right now, this poster is is the poster that I want to work on, right? And I want it to follow my brand guidelines. So there are certain brand guidelines that I've created for my organization, and this poster has to be customized according to the brand guidelines of my organization. So what am I going to do is, I have selected this poster. In my brand kit, I had already plugged my color schemes, right? So there was color palette, there was text that I had already inserted in my brand kit, so I can use any of these colors and like, just customize it according to the brand of my organization. Another thing that we see is that if you don't have like any brand guidelines, and you just want to play around with play around with colors. Suppose you don't like this font text, but you also want to, like, upgrade it to something peppy and nice, but you also feel that, hey, I don't know which text would go alongside what, right? So you can simply just select your entire I mean, your collateral or your canvas. And what you're going to do is you're going to go to design, and you can find styles over here, and you can find different sort of color palettes, colors that go together, and different sort of font texts that go together, right? So your color palettes will help you choose colors that go together. So suppose I like this color palette, I'm just going to choose this, and um I can implement it, right? So you see everything on the poster just got changed. Similarly, I want font text. Now this is this Garrett extra bold font is not suiting me. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to font set, and I'm going to see another font set that I like, and simply by choosing that, I can apply it on my canvas, right? I mean, this also helps your collaterals look even across the board, right? So if today this is one poster that you're creating, and tomorrow you want to create a follow-up poster which should be in line with this, you can just remember the color palette that you chose or the font set that you chose, and you can apply it to all the collaterals so that it's even across the board, right? So this is one way to go about it. Another thing that I was also sharing was the resize and magic switch option, right? In the resize option, you can just go either to custom size, and like suppose you created this poster and you want to resize it according to certain width and height, you will be able to make those adjustments. Another thing that you can do is you want to create it for printing of some certain sort of product, or you want to make a video of this poster, or you want to resize it to a presentation format. You will be able to do that just by choosing the category. Of course there are more categories, and whichever works for you, you can choose that. But like one canvas, but with multiple formats, right? And this is what resize option on Canva helps you do. Another great feature that has recently come up is just translating the entire thing, right? So right now you see the entire canvas. You want to make the poster for Hindi speaking audience. So what you will do is you can just select all your text, and you can go back to your resize and magic switch option and simply choose translate, and you can translate it to any language. So I want to translate my collateral to Hindi, right? And I will just choose Hindi, and I'll be able to translate all of this. You can just open the poster, and everything on the collateral got translated to Hindi. Okay, and this is what Magic Studio helps you do. There are various other elements in the Magic Studio. Unless you explore, you won't be able to sort of test it. So I'll nudge you to just go and take a look at the Magic Studio option and explore it, right? So yeah, this is what the Canvas AI feature looks like. I also spoke about the Magic Write option. When you try the Magic Write option, what you will have is suppose you can use 5 or more words to describe what you want to write. Okay, suppose I want to write an essay on photography. Okay, and I will just ask Magic Write to do it for me, and they are just going to generate it, right? So Magic Write helped you to even generate essays for you. Okay, and if you're a non-profit and you struggle with writing catchy captions for your Instagram post, or you're struggling with putting a catchy headline, you can just use the Magic Write option on Canva, and Canva is going to help you suggest like different sort of captions that you could put into your collateral. Another thing here is sorry, I'll just come back to this poster, right? So here, the headline that I've put down is join our photography club. But I want to make it more fun. I select the text, I go to the magic write option, and what I can do is either I can ask it to rewrite, or I want to make it more fun. And the magic write option is just going to help me make it more fun, right? So now it has like a different text for me, and it says that, come snap some shots with us, join our photography club today, right? So you just have to play around with these things and see what suits you best. But yeah, time and again, I'm just going to repeat myself that unless you test these tools and see what works for you, you wouldn't be able to get you wouldn't be able to get what Canva has to offer, right? So I'll definitely nudge you to just go explore this tool. Yeah.
There was a request to go over the translation part once again, and there was another question on translation on whether Kannada and other regional languages are available.
Okay, so I haven't tested yet that if there is any other regional language that you can translate this to, but I'm just going to show you how to do it again. So suppose this is the text that you want to translate, right? And you will find the resize and magic switch option on the top left of your canvas, and you will find the translate option over here. Once you select translate, you can choose the language you want to translate it into. Okay, so if there is Kannada, see, there is Kannada as well, and you can just translate it to Kannada and just translate the entire document, right? If you open the new canvas, you will see that Canva has helped you to translate it into any of the regional language that you would like. So you can translate it into Gujarati, Punjabi, Bengali, like whichever language you want to. Yeah, does that help? Sorry,
Yes,
was
you can go on.
anybody? Yeah, okay, all right, okay, great. Any other question, Ashwarya? Sorry, I am not being able to see the chat box, so.
I think you can go on. There are questions which Riva and Vaishali are responding to in the chat box.
Okay, perfect. All right. Okay. Now coming just back to this. We are also moving to the end bits of the session now. So I just want to leave you with some tips and tricks. The image quality, right? And like I said that there are, every tool has its quirks, right? There are certain things that Canva might not be able to provide you with, but it has everything that makes your life easier, and there are things that it can easily tackle, right? So when you're downloading certain type of image, it helps you choose the right format. Okay, so once you create the collateral, Canva already knows what the collateral is going for, and it suggests you the format type that you should be downloading the collateral in, right? So that's that. Another thing is that when you're using image, at least keep it to 300 dpi for printing purposes. And Canva also suggests the maximum file size, right? That you can use. So just go with that, and your quality of image is going to stay intact. Another thing is around text legibility. So you can improve your readability with contrasting colors, with clear fonts. You can use the text spacing feature to adjust your letters. Then again, time and again, I'm going to repeat it that, hey, even though you are getting templates, but please customize them, personalize them, modify it, and don't be just afraid to tweak these templates to make them your own. There's also another feature. In the beginning of the session, I already showed you how you can collaborate with your appears. But another thing that you can also do is just restore. So suppose you were working on something, and your peers are also working on something, and you did not like the newer version of that particular collateral, so you can even restore it by going back to the history and restoring that version. And I'm also again going to show you how to do that. Just a second. Yeah. So, mm, yeah, so this was the collateral that we were working on, and there are like multiple changes that I may have made to this poster, or my peer may have made to this poster. I can just go back to the resize and magic switch option. And sorry, I'm going to go back to the file option, and I can see the version history over here. Okay, and once I click on the version history, I will find different versions that we have created today. Apparently, like right now, there are just two versions of it. So I won't be able to go back on the one that I was working on. But here you will find like who has edited it, when was it edited, and which version you would like to restore. And you can just simply click on it, and you can go back to your original version. So if you restore this version, you can just go back to this. Remember, I had used the magic rewrite option to change the text over here. I went back to restoring it by using the version history option on Canva. So yeah, these are certain features that are available to you, and these are certain features that help your life become more easier on Canva and make collaboration also easier. Finally, I am going to wrap up because we are almost about time, and I also want to leave a little time for you to ask any questions that you may have. But yeah, as we wrap up, take these key points with you. Please explore, apply, and keep learning. Canva is vast, and like I mentioned, that you can't master it in one day. So there are various tools and features that cater to all your design needs. Dive into the resources. There are various resources that even Canva provides you, right? So there is a design school, then there is a Canva community forum, and then there is the Canva product company, which is on LinkedIn. And links to all these resources will be shared with you after the webinar. But I found them super useful, especially the community of Canva, which is on LinkedIn. They suggest you different ways to style your newsletter, different ways to style your reports and other things. And whenever you have a question, or whenever you need guidance on doing something like on Canva, you can always reach out to this community, and they will lend a helping hand. So yeah, start your design project today in Canva and apply these tips to see the difference. Yeah, thank you. All right. Yeah, but I am going to be here in case you have any questions. Please,
So we do have
feel
time. Yes.
yes, yeah.
Are there any more questions? We understand that there may be difference in what everyone's level with Canva. And I also want to mention this is not sponsored by Canva. We just really enjoy using Canva, and it has helped us a lot. So we do urge everyone to apply for the Canva for Nonprofit. And if you have any more questions, please feel free to unmute or use the chat box.
Vaishali, to apply for a non-profit, are there any certificates to be uploaded?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. So there are guidelines for it. You would have you need to have your 12A ATG in place. There's also a need to have your FCRA. But in case you need to, in case you don't have an FCRA, you will just have to write to Canva saying that I have other registration documents of my NGO in place. And they will make that adjustment for you.
Yeah. No, without FCRA also they have given. So
Yeah, exactly.
definitely applied. I'm sharing the eligibility guidelines in the chat box, and of course, if you just go on the website, it's pretty well done. But yeah, we'll share as well. And if you face any challenges, you can write to us. Maybe we can try to help out.
Can you just run me through the first point you had said? Collaborating means when you are collaborating the work with your colleagues. Can you just run me through that?
Sure. Yeah. Just a sec. I'll share my screen again. And yeah. So suppose this is the poster that you wanted to work on with your teammates, right? So you open the poster, and this is just a template that I chose, but you can choose like a blank template or a blank blank template to collaborate on. And what you're going to do is then you can go to your share option, and if there are only certain team members that you want to provide access to, you can add their email address here, and you can just add them here. But if you want to collaborate with many people, or you want to let anybody edit your template, then what you have to do is you have to go to your collaboration link, and you can choose anyone with the link, right? And either they can edit it, they can comment on it, or you can basically customize the option for collaboration. Do you only want everyone to view it? Do you only want everyone to comment on it, or do you want everyone to edit it? So accordingly, you can choose. Suppose you want anyone to edit it, so you can select can edit, copy the link, and the link is already copied. You can go to your email or your Slack or your WhatsApp message and just paste the link. So they will then be able to collaborate with you using that link that you've shared.
Okay, like the Google Sheets, the way we do it.
Yeah, exactly so.
Okay, thank you.
Shalini, there's a question
That's
on
also
whether
one.
many people from the same organization can access the pro version.
The pro version, once the organization has the pro version, you can add as many people as you want in your team, and they will be able to leverage the pro version that the organization has bought. So there's no cap to it.
Also, there's one more question from Priyanka, which I think
Yeah.
you need more detail, Priyanka. Are there any specific keywords or any specific elements, groups, or artist elements for specific type of design?
Sorry.
I think, Priyanka, it would be great if you can maybe clarify your question a bit.
Yes, actually, I feel it's a too complicated question. I am not sure, like, of the words. So, when we search for any specific element, sometimes it's come with the name of artist or any group of elements. Is there any specific, like, a group of elements for regarding like a children's, or like, is there any kind of thing is there? Like, sometimes it's come with a name of the artist about the all the elements is the group of elements. Yeah.
Got it. I think when you mean, Shalini, if you can just open the elements, sometimes
Yeah.
when
Yeah.
you're looking, it gives you like, so basically a lot of artists contribute to Canva and to elements, right? So
Yeah.
it gives you the suggestion to look at all of their other element
Exactly.
designs that they've given. So yes, if you're asking that it is better to use some particular one, I think it's important that you use it consistently. So if you have like
Exactly. It gives you like a similarity, a consistency in your
yeah.
design, and same kind of the we can say illustration or the
Yeah,
elements.
it's an
So
important
same
point
kind
that
of
you
children.
brought up.
Yeah.
Yeah. And also you can explore anything by the Noun project, which is available outside of Canva as well. So if you're using it for your other documents or for presentations,
Yeah.
you can use that as well. I mean, I have found it to be useful, but of course, I would invite everyone
Yeah.
else to
It
also
gives
share.
like a similarity in all. Like if I have my company's PPT, if I have any social media, so it's like a same kind of element. If we are using it, give a consistency. It's give a little depth to that.
Yeah.
And it's
Absolutely.
very
So
hard
exactly,
once
right?
we get that wonderful element on our next project, we are not able to find out that. So sometimes I just note that, but it's very difficult to
Yeah.
note every time.
I would invite everyone
But
else to share if there's any more like resources and tips and tricks. Sorry, Shalini, go ahead.
no, I was just also adding that when you search your elements, right, like you will find an option of things that you've recently used, right? So if you want to go back to using this element, yeah, you will have to just go back to using your recently used category. Yeah.
Yeah, but sometimes it's too old, then it's not able to find out. Yeah.
Every tool has its quirks after all. So,
Exactly.
yeah.
Still, but Canva is a magical. Still, Canva is a magical for the easy use. Yeah.
I
Thank
will
you.
just also request if anyone's dropping off, there we have a short feedback form, and we also realized that we wanted to start off a very basic one today. So if you would prefer like another follow-up session on this, do mention it in the feedback form. And of course, Shalini's contact details are also on it. So I would request everyone to share that. So to fill out the feedback form, I'm putting it in the chat box. And also, yes, we can continue to we can continue to ask more questions. We do have 5 to 10 minutes. 5 minutes.
Yeah, I also saw Pradeep ji asking that how you can invite members to your team, right? So once your profile, I'll just show it to you. So suppose this is your interface, and you will find option here of inviting members, right? So suppose you have the pro feature and you want all your team members to leverage that, you can just go to invite member, which is at the left hand side at the bottom of the dashboard, and you can just invite members to your team, right? You can either invite via email, you can just invite via sharing, and all they have to do is just accept the invite and get added to your team. I hope that helps. Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah. Okay.
Awesome. Thank you
Any
so
other
much,
questions?
Shalini. Yeah,
Shalini, you are asking, you are conveying that the branding at no cost. So how it could be branding at no cost? Canva at branding.
Branding and cost is once you get Canva Pro for your non-profit, you will have a branding at no cost.
Okay.
But also
But
the
can
other
can you also share a little bit about how one can create a brand kit?
Yes, but that's a feature. I mean, it comes with a
on the
disclaimer.
Pro.
That's a feature which can only be leveraged in the pro version. So all the non-profits here, I mean, present here today, I would really request you to apply for it. Maybe Canva is just going to kill us after that, after this session today, because they're going to get many requests. But yeah, I can actually show you like how to create a brand kit, right? Just a second.
While she's pulling up the screen, Muralidhar ji, it's also just using simple design principles that Shalini shared today across your documents, because some of the things that she's shared is not just applicable to Canva, it's everywhere. So if you have and as Riva was mentioning, if you have your logo colors, right, use that consistently across all your documents, whether it's Word or PPT or whether you make something on a poster. So using those same colors that as your logo complements and helps create that brand recall that they talk about, right? And also using the same font and maybe having limiting only 2 fonts for your organization and using that consistently. This is how you start building to do that. And yes, now since
And you can do that for free as well, Muralidhar, even without a pro account. You can create a personal account or just get started on Canva. And there's a lot you can do without having to pay or get a pro version.
Yeah. Also, Muralidhar, I'll show you how to have the brand kit, but I'll also show you how you can build your brand kit without a pro version. Okay. So this is the brand kit that I am currently using. But yeah, you can just go to add new over here. Once you add, suppose I want to create Atma's brand kit, and I've created, right? So I can add Atma's logo over here. The color schemes on Atma's logo can be added here. You can just choose the color schemes that are present on your logo, and you can create that entire color palette over here. You can choose the font, which font are you going to use in your titles, in your subheadings, in your section header, in your body, and accordingly just edit and just choose the kind of font that you want to use across all your collaterals, right? And this is how you will be able to create your brand kit. I'll give you an example. I'll go back to brand. So for the Future of Impact Collaborative, this is the brand kit that we use, right? So you will find the logo over here. You will find the color palettes over here. The title, we use Montserrat. So all of these things are present on my brand kit, right? So whenever I'm creating a collateral, what is going to happen is that I'm going to get access to all of these things easily. So suppose I want to create a classroom poster, and I want to use my brand kit. All I have to do is I can go to my background color. I can access my brand kit over here, right? And it is going to help me choose the colors or the color palette that I've chosen for my brand kit. So this is how you build a brand kit, and this is how you use a brand kit. Now, another thing I also wanted to mention is that suppose there is a Canva template. You are launching something. So suppose launching club. Okay, you're launching a club, and there are various templates that you've come across, and you want to customize this this template, right? But it is not aligned with your brand yet. So what you can do then is you can go to your brand. Either you can just select everything and apply, and it gets applied. Yeah. You can see the text is now Montserrat. The color is in your brand kit. So you automatically customize the template according to the brand, right? But yeah, again, this is something that you will get access to when you have the pro version. But again, even if you don't have the pro version, right, whenever you choose something, whenever you choose a color, it automatically gets stored in Canva, right? And when you go to the color choices or color palette, it will suggest, or it will show you that what you have used previously. So you can just use that color and access it. Another thing that I also wanted to talk about, and I thank you for staying. I know we are way beyond the program, but thanks for staying back and seeing this. I just wanted to share what Vaishali was right now talking about, right? You can just choose the logo and you can create your brand. So I have Muralidhar ji, I know you're from Rural Development Society. So suppose this is the logo that you want. This is the logo of your organization, and you've placed it over here because you want to customize the template according to your organization's color, right? So this is the sort of red that you have used. There is a little bit of blue. So when you go to any of these options, right, whether it be this, whether it be that, and you go to your color palette, you will see what are the different photo colors available, right? In RDS logo, these are the color available. You can just select that red and customize it and actually implement your brand color onto customizing various templates, right? So yeah, this is one way to go about it, and you wouldn't need the pro version for it. But yeah, it's a lot of work, I understand, but please explore. You can have your branding at no cost.
Thank you, Shalini. I think the last bit was really helpful. I hope it was helpful for everyone. Great, as always, the audience has been great with all the questions and all the support. We will stay around for maybe a minute more. and then we'll close the call. But once again, thank you so much for coming, and please do look out for the next session, which will be at the end of this month itself. And most likely, if everyone wants it, it will be a follow-up session. So hope to see you all there.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you, everyone. It was a very nice
Thank
session.
you so much.
Thank you, Nandita. Thank you, Yash.
Thank you, Shalini
Thank you
and
so
team.
much. Thank you.
Very
Thank you
useful
so much.
session.
Yeah, it was so interesting.
Thank you. Thank you so
So
much.
glad you joined. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
No worries, Chirag. You can fill the form anyway, how much ever you attended.
Yes.
That's completely okay.
शालिनी जी,
Yes, yes, yes.
हमें उसमें 3 डॉक्यूमेंट बता रहे हैं नॉन प्रॉफिट के लिए। एक
जी,
इनकम
जी।
टैक्स, एक इनकम एग्जम्पशन है, टैक्स एग्जम्पशन, एक फिनेंशियल
हाँ।
डॉक्यूमेंट और एक ऑर्गेनाइजेशन। अभी इसमें आपने अप्रूव कभी कराया होगा तो एग्जैक्टली क्या डालना है हमें पता चल गया है, तो हम डाल देंगे, वैसे अपलोड कर देंगे। क्या डालना पड़ेगा?
जी,
पहले
तो
डालना है।
आप नहीं आप तो देखिए, आप अपने फाइनेंशियल डॉक्यूमेंट और रजिस्ट्रेशन डॉक्यूमेंट जो है एनजीओ का 12वे और एटीजी आप ये प्रोवाइड कर दीजिए। मतलब आपका रजिस्ट्रेशन, 12वे और एटीजी अगर आप ये तीनों डाल देंगे तो कैनवा विल अप्रूव इट।
फिनेंशियल क्या है? फिनेंशियल डॉक्यूमेंट क्या है फिर? वो क्या?
फाइनेंशियल डॉक्यूमेंट आपका लास्ट ईयर का फाइनेंशियल डॉक्यूमेंट कितना है?
ऑडिट वगैरह, ऑडिट
हाँ,
रिपोर्ट,
ऑडिट, एग्जैक्टली, सॉरी,
ऑडिट रिपोर्ट।
नहीं, ऑडिट, ऑडिट।
ठीक है, तो ऑडिट रिपोर्ट 12 एटीजी और चैरिटेबल ट्रस्ट रजिस्ट्रेशन सर्टिफिकेट ये अपलोड कर देते हैं।
यस।
और होप सो कितने टेंटेटिवली लगता है टाइम अप्रूवल के लिए, या क्वेरी निकालते हैं?
7 to 14 days लगता है। देयर इज समवन फ्रॉम कैनवास टीम हु इज गोइंग टू रीच आउट टू यू। वो आपको मेल लिखेंगे और उस मेल का जवाब देंगे। आपके साथ थोड़ा वेरिफिकेशन होगा, जो आपने लाइक डॉक्यूमेंट सबमिट किए हैं, जो नंबर्स आपने उस पर डाले हैं, वो आपको एक बार उनको वेरीफाई करके बताना पड़ेगा, सो दैट देयर इज अलाइनमेंट इन व्हाट यू आर सेइंग एंड व्हाट यू आर सबमिटिंग। ठीक है, जैसे ही वो हो जाएगा तो यू विल गेट अप्रूवल फॉर कैनवा प्रो। और आप जिस आईडी से आपने लॉगिन किया है, जिस आईडी से आपने एक्सेस मांगा है, उस आईडी पे आपको कैनवा प्रो मिलेगा।
ओके, ग्रेट। वैशाली मैम हम कुछ बोल रहे थे?
नहीं, सारा आंसर कर दिया शालिनी ने।
ओके, थैंक यू सो मच फॉर सच अ वंडरफुल सेशन। और ऐसे ही एक एक चीज हमको सिखाते जाइए।
जी।
और भी बहुत सारी चीजें, ये सोशल स्टॉक एक्सचेंज है और बहुत सारी नई चीजें आई है, तो लेट्स सी एआई का इस्तेमाल वगैरह, ये सब चीजें क्या क्या।
बिल्कुल मनोज जी, और हम वेबिनार्स में यही कोशिश करते रहते हैं कि हम मतलब जो लेटेस्ट टॉपिक्स हम जिससे जूझ रहे हैं सब जन इस सेक्टर में, उसी को लेते रहे। तो प्लीज आप जब भी हर महीने होता है वेबिनार और वो हमेशा फ्री रहेगा, तो आप प्लीज ज्वाइन कीजिए और भी आपके साथी को आप शेयर कर सकते हैं।
यस, थैंक यू सो मच।
और हमारे सारे पिछले वेबिनार्स जो भी अभी हुए हैं, पिछले मतलब 2017 से जितने भी हुए हैं, सारे हमारे यूट्यूब चैनल पर हैं। तो अगेन आई वुड एनकरेज एवरीवन टू गो एंड लुक एट देम। फाइनेंस से लेकर एचआर सारी चीजें कवर हुई हैं, सो डू चेक इट आउट।
Can you share those links?
that we had today. Yes, this recorded session will be uploaded on YouTube, but you'll have to give me like little bit time, like kal parso tak ho jayega.
That's okay. Like the previous ones, what you said, the previous ones which
Yes,
you already uploaded.
definitely.
So can
Definitely.
you share the link for that?
I will share the link in the email. It's all on our YouTube channel and on the website also. If you go on the section in resources in webinars, you'll find everything there also. But we'll be sharing all the links in your email along with the presentation that Shalini used today. Yes.
Thank you so much.
Great. Thank you so much. अजहर जी, आप कुछ कहना चाह रहे हैं?
जी मैम, अगर अनुमति हो तो बोले।
हाँ, प्लीज प्लीज।
ये 2 चीज मेरे को बोलना था। एक तो जो नेस्कॉम इंडिया की तरफ से प्रोसेस होती है, उसके लिए थोड़ा सा इसमें आने की आवश्यकता है। दूसरा, गूगल एड में कैसे जाएंगे, क्योंकि गूगल एड के लोगों से बातचीत हो रही थी, तो वो बोल रहे थे कि इतने परसेंटेज पहले देने पड़ेंगे, फिर बाद में देते हैं। तो क्या ऐसा कुछ है? तो वो थोड़ा सा था। तीसरा था जो लीगल कंप्लायंसेस है, जैसे मैक्सिमम है FCRA, क्वार्टरली फिलिंग है, एनुअल फिलिंग है, तो हम लोग तो मान लीजिए कर लेते हैं, लेकिन सवाल ये है कि कहीं कहीं ऐसे टेक्निकल इशू आ जाते हैं जो प्रॉब्लम क्रिएट करता है। एक तो वो है, दूसरा ITR जो फाइल करते हैं तो CA करता है। मेरे को भी उसके बारे में अगर इंफॉर्मेशन मिले, अगर ट्रेनिंग मिल जाए, तो हम लोग भी मतलब अपने आप से अवेयर हो सकते हैं कि क्या क्या भर रहे हैं, क्या नहीं कर रहे हैं। तो ये थोड़ा सा देखने की आवश्यकता है इसमें, अगर पॉसिबिलिटी बनती हो तो।
बिल्कुल, बिल्कुल। अदर जी, थैंक यू, आपने बहुत अच्छे सजेशंस दिए हैं। मैं आपको ये भी बोलना चाहूँगी कि फाइनेंस रिलेटेड खास करके FCRA और कंप्लायंसेस को लेकर और लेटेस्ट अभी जो टैक्स रजिस्ट्रेशन को भी लेकर जो अभी आया है, ये सब पर हमने वेबिनार्स किए हैं फाइनेंस एक्सपर्ट्स के साथ। कुछ हमारे टीम मेंबर्स ने किए हैं और कुछ हमने इनवाइट किया था। तो वो आपको डेफ़िनिटली हमारे चैनल पर मिल जाएगा। मैं फिर से शेयर भी कर दूँगी। बट आप जो कह रहे हैं, ये हमें ऐसी टॉपिक्स है जिसको हमें बार-बार लेते रहना पड़ेगा, खास करके जब लॉज़ और सारी चीज़ें भी अपडेट होती जाती हैं, राइट? तो हम डेफ़िनिटली इसको कवर करेंगे आने वाले वेबिनार्स में।
दो चीज और शेयर करना चाहूंगा। एक तो ये था आपका कि पॉलिसीज डिमांड हो रही है। अभी अजीम प्रेम जी का जो पॉलिसी है उसमें एक और पॉलिसी आई हुई है जो हम लोग को उतना ज्यादा हम लोग अवेयर भी नहीं है। मैक्सिमम HR अकाउंट पॉलिसी, पॉस एक्ट, ये सारे चीज तो हैं, बट वो कभी कभी ऐसे ऐसे पॉलिसी डाल देते हैं कि ये भी होना चाहिए। तो उसके संदर्भ में कैसे हम लोग आगे बढ़ पाएंगे, वो था। और एक लास्ट था कि जैसे FCRA अकाउंट में हम किसी गेटवे अकाउंट से जोड़ने की बात करते हैं। सपोज कीजिए रोजर पे है, पेपाल है, इस तरह के अकाउंट से जोड़ने की जब बात करते हैं तो उसमें ₹1 या ₹1.20 अकाउंट में चला जाता है। तो क्या वो हमारे ऑडिट में आना चाहिए FCRA अकाउंट में या नहीं आना चाहिए? तो ये इशू बहुत मतलब केयरफुली हम लोगों को देखने की जरूरत है कि क्या हम लोग गेटवे चैनल में जा सकते हैं कि नहीं जा सकते हैं।
बिल्कुल अजय जी, आप बहुत ही इम्पोर्टेंट क्वेश्चंस रेज कर रहे हैं। हम एक तो मैं रिक्वेस्ट करूंगी कि आप अगर ये फिर से अगर फीडबैक फॉर्म में भी डालेंगे तो अच्छा रहेगा। बट इसके लिए ना सारी चीज़ों के लिए ऑब्वियसली आज का वेबिनार का टॉपिक नहीं है ये, तो हम इसको अभी नहीं कवर कर पाएंगे। बट डेफिनेटली काफ़ी सारे कंप्लायंस रिलेटेड क्वेश्चंस जो आप पूछ रहे हैं, आप हमें अलग से भी लिखिए और हम फिर उसके हिसाब से रिसोर्सेज शेयर कर सकते हैं।
थैंक यू मैम।
Thank you so much. And once again, thank you to everyone. And thank you, Shalini and Riva, for giving your time. And have a wonderful week, everyone. Thank you.
Thank you, everyone.